charge suggests you asked a staffer to delete security camera footage so it wouldn't get into the hands of investigators.
NBC be making that, pumping out that good old tasty fake news.
If it was bad, why didn't they say, sir, that was very inappropriate of you to say? Nobody said that. He or one of his many lawyers that were on the call would have said, it's inappropriate what you just said. Nobody said that.
Exactly.
They said there's no evidence of fraud.
He also said, I did nothing wrong last week.
Exactly. All right. Hello, my name is Mr. Wise Guy. Welcome to my channel. Do not leave. We're watching the man himself, Donald Trump. And it's the full interview. But before we get into the video, like and subscribe. Comments are great too. Thank you very much. So on to the show.
More importantly, though, let me just say this.
I want to get through this, Mr. President.
Kristen, you have to just hear me out for 1 second.
Foreign policy section.
We have.
All right, Trump. Nah. All right. You've been talking a lot. She needs to move the conversation along now. Even though you're not repeating yourself and you're actually like contributing new information to the whole thing, but she has like she needs to be able to like speak. This is the second time you said no, I need to like do this. Like this is the second time you've done that. So that's there's my criticism against Trump. Like Trump has been talking a little bit too much now. He needs to go with the flow of traffic now. All right.
Because you say something and then you want to go into the next subject. We had many people.
That's true. That is true. She does say things and that Trump thinks is wrong, and he needs to like, or is misleading, and he needs to like clarify it, because like NBC be making that, pumping out that good old tasty fake news.
When I said, I spoke
just triggered a bunch of people.
I knew that many people were in the line. I knew that it was who. I happen to be a really smart person. Who is going to be talking badly when I have lawyers and many other people on the line? Nobody's going to say something bad. But if it was bad, why didn't they say, sir, that was very inappropriate of you to say? Nobody said that. Nobody said, sir. It was only a long time after the call that somebody said, oh, maybe he said something wrong.
They said, sir, there's no evidence.
This is a hoax, just like Russia, just like Ukraine.
Actually, yeah, that phone call was literally happened like what, 2020? Yeah, that was like probably November or December of 2020. And now they're deciding to indict him like years later, like, oh, actually this phone call you had, even though we saw it before, actually this seems like something that could be bad, and we're gonna indict you for it now. Yeah, a year before the election. Okay. This is 100% not political at all. And the DOJ is not connected to Joe Biden in any shape or form. Like, okay, all right. Like, it's so BS. It's so BS.
Ukraine. There's a hoax. Let me tell you. I spoke to them on the phone, and it was left, I think, something to the effect, okay, we'll get together tomorrow. Nobody said, sir, you shouldn't speak. If I said something incorrect, one of the lawyers for the state of Georgia, which I love.
Oh, yeah, because I should explain, this is probably going to be a different clip. The DOJ is literally the executive branch, or it's a part of the executive. The DOJ and the executive branch are almost, I think they're one and the same. Maybe I'm paraphrasing, because this is going to be the third time I'm going to be like saying this, so I'm just going to say it off of memory. So, and the executive branch is literally run by Joe Biden, so that's why I say that.
One of those lawyers would have said, sir, you have to take that back. That's an inappropriate
statement. The
Department
Republican
of
Secretary
Justice
of State said there was no evidence to fraud. He said he'd looked into it. The election had been certified 3 times when you made that call.
You're talking about a different subject. If I said something wrong on the call, he or one of his many lawyers that were on the call would have said, it's inappropriate what you just said. Nobody said that.
Exactly.
They said there's no evidence of fraud.
He also said, I did nothing wrong last week.
Exactly.
Do you have any regrets about that call?
The guy that he was talking to literally said that he did nothing wrong, but still has been indicted for that phone call and got a mugshot that he made so much money from. Like, holy crap. Like, the mugshot from like Donald Trump was probably the worst thing that the Democrats could have done to the guy. Holy crap. That mugshot made it like, if Trump is trying to make money off of being like a villain, he's doing it to a T. Holy crap.
No,
Whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Okay.
I
First
called
president to get like a
complain about an
mugshot, I
election.
think, right?
Okay.
And I have every
think.
right to do that.
Let
Would
me-
you say
Exactly.
you think I have a right to complain about an election?
You have a right to take your case to court, which you did 60 times.
No,
and
I
you
didn't do 60
win.
times. They wouldn't hear it based on all sorts of crazy. They wouldn't hear. We never got.
Yeah, it was courts would not look into it. Like that's basically what happened. They didn't even look into Trump's cases, and even though they kept trying it over and over again, but I think one of the judges reopened the case later, like 2 years later, and then found that actually, Trump did have a point in this one, and then ruled saying that the certification process was unconstitutional in Pennsylvania specifically. So yeah, but it doesn't matter now because it's 2 years like 2 to 3 years late into the Biden presidency. So you can't really certify something that's 2 years late or uncertify something or whatever. But yeah, so whoopsie, I guess.
We never got a trial. Judges would look at stuff, say, "I'm not getting involved." They didn't want to get involved.
Let's keep moving so we get through.
If
all
you
of it.
take a look at the evidence, we have so much evidence. If you take a look at the evidence, even you, I could convince.
You were going to hold that press conference, but you never did with the evidence.
No, because I'm using it in my court case instead.
Okay. I want to ask you about
Yeah.
the case related to Mar-a-Lago.
I like how she was trying to get that as a gotcha, but at the same time, maybe she did know about that and wanted Trump to like explain himself, which was perfect response there. And she completely just moved to the next subject, which is good.
A new charge suggests you asked a staffer to delete security camera footage so it wouldn't get into the hands of investigators. Did you?
It's false.
I don't think people should even care about that. Like Hillary Clinton told their staff to like destroy their phones and stuff like that, but no one cared about that either. So whatever. Or actually, no. I think maybe there was a technicality. Technically, Hillary didn't actually say it. It was actually the staff advisor or whatever that was underneath Hillary Clinton. But whatever, I guess.
It's false.
But let me tell you what.
Would you
else.
testify
Let
to
me
that
tell-
under
sure,
oath?
I'll testify.
You testify to that under oath?
It's a fake
Okay.
charge by this deranged lunatic prosecutor who lost in the Supreme Court 9-0, and he tried to destroy lots of lives. He's a lunatic. So it's a fake charge. But more importantly, the tapes weren't deleted. In other words, there was nothing done to them. And they were my tapes. I could have fought them. I didn't even have to give them the tapes, I don't think. I think I would have won in court. When they asked for the tapes, I said, sure, they're my tapes. I could have fought them. I didn't even have to give them. Just so you understand, though, we didn't delete anything. Nothing was deleted.
So that's false. The people who
Well,
testified. to
number
that-
one, the statement is false. Much more importantly, when the tapes came, and everybody says this, they weren't deleted. We gave them 100%.
Okay. Let's.
And
This is a bit too esoteric for me, which is another word of saying that it's flying over my head. So, sure, I'm gonna take either person's word for it.
just so you know, I offered them. I said, if you want to look at tapes, you can look at it.
All right, so you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. Remember, comments are great too, and like and subscribe, but mostly comments. Comment, please. I need to know what your thoughts are. The whole part of this entire channel is thinking. Thanks. Come on now. You can do it. Down below. Just type it out. I don't care what it is. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.